he ain't gone.
Okay.
We got more Rick Ross right now.
Well, let's do it. He can stay all day.
He's on the Forbes list, you know.
I know.
How do you get on the Forbes list? You tell them what you make?
Nah.
How'd they find out?
That's their business. I don't know what they.
You don't know?
I don't.
Do you monitor that kind of stuff?
No.
You don't look at other people. I mean, I heard you say you don't look at other people's pockets.
No, not at all. Because you never know how accurate that is.
Mm-hmm.
I done met dudes that you never would have thought really was on and had more paper than.
Right.
Yeah.
So with all the stuff that you're working on, what has been your biggest accomplishment, you think?
Other than my own solo career?
Yeah. Other than your own solo career.
Coming into my 8th album, my own solo career. Got to be Maybach Music Group. That was just a dream.
And when you first thought about it, and like, did you have the vision of where it is right now, or where is it going to expand? What's next?
I just knew I wanted to create a brand that was just synonymous with making quality music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And had a diverse, roster.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
From Wale, of course, Meek Mill, Gunplay, Stalley, Omarion,
Right.
Rocky Fresh, and shout out to Tracy T, Beat Billionaires, another local Atlanta producer who's signed to MMG. I just wanted to be involved with a lot of things to just enjoy that creative process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So is there going to be like, do you see yourself having a Maybach Music tour with just all your artists?
I do.
Would be fun.
I do. On top of this year, I plan on signing maybe 5 new acts. I look for,
Nice.
I'm actually right now currently looking to sign my first pop act. Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Right.
Now, everybody in Atlanta they in the studio right now.
Of course, that's what I love. That's what I love. Everybody
As we
check
speak, they're
in,
in the
baby.
studio right now.
WMG, check in with us. Let's get this money.
So you want a pop act? Are you looking for like diversity? Are you looking for a Destiny's Child? Are you looking for Menudo? What you looking for?
I signed Menudo, Destiny's Child, and I signed all of them. Yeah, most definitely. I signed all of them. I just want to see something that's new, something that's different.
Yeah.
And that's what we talk about. We watch we're gonna watch the BET Awards. And do you see like with the Cypher, are you looking at the Cypher saying, man, I like him. I want to sign him. The young cats that are coming out.
I was.
Because I saw a lot of good stuff. Did you see some good stuff?
I saw a lot of great.
I did too.
I liked the first fat dude with the black T-shirt.
Yeah.
The other dude, Clips, that spoke about, his. It was a few dudes that we really enjoyed. That was one of the better ciphers
Yeah, I agree.
of the awards. Most of
And ciphers are usually like the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's something like, okay, why are they in there? Because I think because they're trying to separate themselves, sometimes they may go a little too far in trying to separate themselves. Like when you came into the game, it was so different. But now, the Rick Ross that we knew from then and the Rick Ross now, I mean, you leaner, meaner. You had to take your health into concern. Like now that you own all the wing stops, how many times do you actually go by there and sample the goods?
When I'm in Miami, I actually go maybe 3 to 4 times a week if I was in Miami, just because everything is set up. I got my route on the way.
Right.
I know who's going to be waiting on me on the corners. Just that whole feeling. I'm still getting familiar with ATL, but every chance I get, if I land in the city and I ride past a wing stop, I'm most definitely finna hit a Eugene.
She talking Philippe. I'm thinking Wingstop. Yeah,
Lemon
man.
pepper. Shout out to those rolls.
So
Baked beans.
So with that, how did you, because you maintain it, you were having some health challenges. Was it like the doctor said, look, I'm telling you, you either do this or there's going to be a whole nother different outcome? And how did you not only take that to heart, but maintain? Because you look great, man.
I appreciate it, but it never got to the point where a doctor gave me an ultimatum.
Okay.
It was just time to boss up. I woke up I had 2 seizures, and when I went to Miami, I was fortunate when, they ran CAT scans on my brain. I didn't have any, real damage,
right.
To my head. And, that's when they explained to me the type of seizures it was, from exhaustion,
right.
non-sleep.
Overwork.
Right. And I broke down my sleeping patterns and, he told me that had to change. And from that point, I just told him what's the best thing I could do for myself, health-wise. Other, me, I'm finna get on the diet. And he was like, eliminate those sodas.
Right.
Because in the studio, I stay up all night.
Right.
And throughout the night, Lord knows what's gonna go on.
Right.
So what are some of the things you're eating now?
Right now, I had got me a chef just to give me the game and show me all the things that I love to eat. That's just better for me. And I eliminated, of course, the sodas, the rice,
Right.
the bread. And after I got used to it,
Right.
I actually loved it.
Was it scary for you? I mean, because I've seen a person having a seizure, and it to me is like, I mean, when you came out of that and they told you what was going on, were you like, oh man?
What happened was I actually had a commercial flight, and I remember going to see a house. It was a house for sale, maybe a block away from LeBron, and I went and seen it. It was for sale, and I remember walking through it. It had 2 elevators. It had maybe like 15 rooms in it,
Right.
And I just remember it blew my mind. I couldn't go to sleep that night. I just remember staying up all night just thinking, I can't wait to be walking around there, just going elevator to elevator in my boxers, on the cell phone, and that morning I stayed up just all night, and I had a commercial flight to catch. I got up and got on the plane, and I remember I went to sleep, but one of my partners woke me up like, yo, and I see it was like a big commotion, and he was like, yo, you had a seizure, and I'm like, you tripping, look at me.
Right.
Look like I had you tripping.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I got some money to go get. I got business I got unhandled over in Memphis. So if they finna put me off the plane,
Right.
I'm finna call my jet man. So I actually chartered a jet. 45 minutes later, I was on the runway taking off on a private jet. Private jet maybe was 45 minutes into the flight when they say I had a second seizure. They was forced to make emergency landing in Alabama. Just so happened in Alabama, this was one of the best hospitals in the nation, full of University of Miami graduates and so on and so forth. But I remember waking up in the bed, and I remember seeing a gun, or thinking I'm seeing a gun waved at me. And I just laid back down in the bed. I said, oh, somebody got me. They got me. I thought I was in heaven or something, you dig? And a little while later, I linked back up, and what had happened was when they made the emergency landing at the hospital and the community knew, they said maybe 3,000 people had gathered around the hospital. And one girl had got in, a young lady had got in. And when my family left me to go get something to eat, they came back, she was standing over me.
Wow.
So they had to go get armed security to be in front of my door. So when I woke up and looked up, that was the officer waving the gun like, I got you.
Oh, wow.
And I'm in a daze, so
Right.
I look up, I'm like, oh, they got me. Damn.
He said, I got you. You said, they got me.
Yeah, I was thinking crazy.
Wow.
I was thinking crazy, but yeah, most definitely I had to get my health together.
Life.
Well, we're glad you're all right, man.
I know.
You know, you are the Teflon Don, man.
That's right.
You've come through a lot. But your life lesson for doing all this, and for people who are listening right now who want to be where you are, what's the advice you would give them?
Don't take nothing for granted. Treat it like it's your last. Stretch every dollar like it's your last. That's just that's the game. That's how it go. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Rose, we appreciate it, man.
Rose.
And when you get all this other stuff done, you gonna come in and
I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in and tell y'all about what's going on, the situation, this case, because we will put this behind us and we're gonna break it down and we're gonna get a game to the people.
All right, there you go, man.
Yeah.
It's People Station's Ryan Cameron Morning Show with Wanda Smith with Rose.
Rose.
People Station V103.